Rule number 3, have a great attitude. Now this easily could have been rule number 1. Everybody knows that you should have a great attitude. Every trainer tells you this. Your mama tells you this. Your preacher tells you this. Your teacher tells you this. You need to have a great attitude. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. That's a quote from Ben Franklin. Here's another quote for you. I am an optimist. It does not seem too much use to be anything else. That was Winston Churchill. Those two people, Ben Franklin and Winston Churchill, had great attitudes, and they had to. If you don't have a great attitude, you have already lost this game. This is a very short chapter right here, a very short, simple rule. Have a great attitude. People will pay more for a great attitude than they will for a great product. So unless you already have all the money you need, you can't afford to have a bad attitude. A positive attitude that persists even when confronted with negativity is priceless. We must always be agreeable, even if the customer is not. You know, it's real easy for text to come through the wrong way. You've heard it said you can hear a smile over the phone. Well, you can over the text as well. You can also hear a bad mood over the text. You text your friend, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Bad attitude, right? You can tell the difference. We got to make sure that we have a good attitude and it'll bubble through our text. Let me give you an example of a great attitude. I was once in a car dealership doing a promotion for a dealer. And we had sent out some direct mail. You remember the days of direct mail? Well, we've replaced that now with Facebook marketing. But in the old days, we had direct mail. And there was a big offer on that direct mail piece. It told this customer, it had his name on there. It told him that we could give him up to $45,000 for his truck. That was a real big offer because his truck wasn't worth that much. He was a police officer. He and his wife came into the dealership. I want to get my $45,000. They sat down with the salesperson. Salesperson went over to him and told him his truck was worth $35,000. The man was irate. What did they do? They came and grabbed me. I was the guy who sent him the mail piece. No problem, guys. I got this. I go over and sit down with the man. I have a plan, right? Great attitude. I have a plan. Mr. Customer. Now, it's amazing that I know your name is John Smith. It's amazing that I have your address. Kind of scary, right? It's amazing that I know what you drive. But what I don't know is how many miles are on your truck, all the options. So what we did here is we took the top of the line, every option you could have with the lowest possible miles, perfect condition. And that's where we based the $45,000 from. He smiled, not a real friendly smile. Said, there's my truck right there. Top of the line, every option, top trim model, low miles, perfect condition. With a great attitude, I said, well, sir, I guess I need to go take another look at your truck, right? Now, his wife was mean and mad. They were mad. They said, I ought to leave here right now. I said, sir, let me tell you something. Don't be mad at anybody but me. I'm the guy who sent you this mail piece. Let me do one thing. Let me make sense of these numbers. Do you want a new car? Yes, I'd like to trade it. Well, let me make sense of these numbers. If we don't, it's my fault. I went outside. I looked at his truck. I came back in. We sat down. We made some adjustments. He didn't get $45,000 for his truck, but he left there with a new truck. And his wife bought a car too. Everybody was running from this situation. When you see a problem and you see bad attitude, you see negativity, if you'll run into it with a great attitude, great positivity, and a good attitude, you can win. You're doomed if you don't have a great attitude. A great attitude is priceless. This could be rule number 1. It's rule number 3. Now we're on to rule number 4.